Okay, so last time we did a fairly straightforward one. Let's do one that's not as straightforward. So like find, let's do cosine this time, the cosine of 150 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to underline 150. I'm going to find that angle in purple. Okay, once again, a reminder that this is a 90-degree angle. So where on earth is 150 going to land? Well, it's going to land roughly 30 degrees before we hit the semicircle. So let's see if I can draw this really nicely. Hey, that's pretty good actually. So this is my angle of 150 degrees. Hold on. I want to find cosine of that angle. Well, taking a look at this, I'm not quite sure where I can draw my triangle. Well, before I draw my triangle, it is helpful to know this angle measure right here. So if this is 180 degrees right here, how much further do I need to go before I hit 180? Well, 180 minus 150, that's 30 degrees. That's going to come in handy. And just like I did last time, let's create a triangle. Draw that perpendicular line and put down that right angle. Okay, 30, 90, that other angle must be 60. So we're working with a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So that means this side length is going to be 1. This side length is going to be 2. This one's going to be square root of 3. Before I continue, let's take a look. Our y values are still positive. These are the positive y values. These are the negative y values. If this side is the positive x-axis, this side over here is the negative x-axis. So this actually needs to be a negative square root of 3. Well, does that work? Yeah, we can try that. So we've got 1 squared plus negative square root of 3 squared equals 2 squared. Just to make sure. 1 squared is 1. I'm going to end up getting rid of that negative plus the square root, and I get just a 3 left over. Does that equal 4? Yes, it does. So we're good. Okay, let's label our sides with which one's opposite, which one is da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. But how do I know which angle I'm going to use? Remember how we found that 30-degree angle? Yep, this guy right here. That is what we're going to use to find cosine of 150. Because we just did the math, 180 minus 150, that's 30 degrees. Okay, we're still going to find the same ratio, but we have a little bit of a different value, that's all. So this one's opposite, this one's adjacent, this one's the hypotenuse. Really, the only difference is that that square root of 3 is negative. And that's not even something that we need to worry a whole lot about, frankly. Okay, let's remind ourselves of our lovely little acronym we've got. SOHCAHTOA. So, cosine, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Okay, cosine is adjacent over the hypotenuse. Okay, so my adjacent is that negative square root of 3, and my hypotenuse value is 2. So that becomes my cosine value. This one is a little bit trickier, but I just want you to realize that you got to pay attention to where those values are supposed to go, which angle you're going to end up using, and this honestly shouldn't be that bad once you start getting a lot more practice. I'm going to break this down even further and a little bit slower in the next example.